Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest installment here with Lincoln Select Real Estate Group. As always, I'm Sam Witherby. I'm the recruiting and sales manager with the team here at Lincoln Select, and I'm really excited to talk with you guys today about a topic that I think will resonate with a lot of you, and that's emotional intelligence. I think this is something that's often forgotten, really in life in general, but with real estate, there is so much emotion and highs and lows that go along with the profession. So I'm excited to talk through 5 specific topics today. The first one that I'll hit on is building strong client relationships. 2, managing stressful situations. 3, effective communication. 4, negotiating skills. And then the 5th and final one is conflict resolution. So I hope you enjoy, and I will go through each one by one and kind of give you the nitty gritty. Number 1, building strong client relationships. This one is really the framework and the backbone of the start of a transaction or helping a client through this process of buying and selling a house. This is a big one in the sense that there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're working with the clients. You got to be able to be in tune with their emotional side, pick up on their fears, wants, needs, disappointments, the big things along the ride. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to those cues so that you can support the client along this path. It's a very stressful time. Oftentimes it's a first-time home buyer, could be someone going through a life event, and they're leaning on you to be that rock and be that support. So having emotional intelligence and making sure that you're picking up on those cues, supporting them in a way that makes sense for them is really big. You can't treat someone the same like you do another person. It just doesn't normally work out that way. So the client relationship and building trust is very important. And I challenge people to really take this as a challenge, right? When you work with your client, make sure you know what their fears are, what their wants are. Really dive into it, and that'll make you a much better agent. And then the backside, that trust will be that much stronger. Number 2, managing stressful situations. I've mentioned stress quite a bit in this early going. It's going to be a theme throughout today's topic, but managing stressful situations really ties into a number of things, but some things that stand out to me are financial stressors. A lot of times when you're dealing with clients, there's financial strain behind it. Whether it's a down payment or they want to make some form of equity off of the home, the financial side of it, you really have to make sure that you're narrowed down to. Attachment to a property, right? If you're selling your house, there usually is an emotional attachment to that. You could have raised your kids there, right? Could have been your first purchase. It could be a family home where you took it over from your parents and it's been generationally passed down. There's a lot of ties with that. And then tight deadlines. There's always tight deadlines at real estate. You never know when you're going to find that perfect house or when someone's going to find the house that you're selling that matches kind of their current desires. So there's going to be some pressures, some stressors, and as an agent, you got to make sure you really pay attention to those and support the client through that journey. And at the end of it, just make sure you just understand their feelings and put the business aside and the financial side of it. Make sure you focus on them and understand, the pressures and what they're going through. Number 3, effective communication. Sounds simple, but in the real estate world, this is very important. We have to make sure that we pick up on verbal and nonverbal cues. And it's different with every client, everyone that you work with. People sometimes they're tough to read, and you have to look at body language or the way that they're talking through things. Are they excited? Are they not excited? You got to make sure throughout the journey that you're paying attention to these and making sure that you're digging into it. I'm hearing you say this, but I'm not seeing the excitement. Is there something that I'm missing here? Really make sure that they know that you're listening and that you're paying attention to these cues. And communication with anything is very important, but in this case, not everyone's the same. So you got to really make sure that you tailor it to your specific client and make sure that you're listening, understanding, and then effectively communicating in a way that makes sense for them. Number 4, negotiation skills. We finally get to the fun part of the real estate journey. This is a part where, as an agent, you have to really make sure that you are zoned in on the emotional side of the other agent that you're dealing with, maybe the sellers, the buyers. You have to make sure that you're cued into that so that when you go to the negotiation table, you know exactly the tone you need to take, the amount of energy. Do you need to be direct? Do you need to explain more? Do you need to be more understanding. The negotiation side is huge. And when people hire an agent to do that, they expect them to go to the table and respect the needs, go to bat for them, but also make sure you put them in a win-win position so that it's great for both parties. Whether you're selling the house or buying a home, you got to make sure when you come to the negotiation table that you come prepared, ready to go, and emotional intelligence plays a huge part in that. And the fifth and final part of this is conflict resolution. There's always, unfortunately, going to be conflict within real estate, sometimes small, sometimes big. So it is very important as the agent, either representing the buyer or the seller, that you remain composed and that you effectively communicate with both sides and ultimately find a resolution or solve the issue or dispute that is going on. Sometimes it may take talking to the other side and understanding their side of it to then come back to your client and say, hey, I've talked to them. This is what they mean by this. Does that make more sense? A lot of times, hidden messages like a text, an email, even a quick phone call, it can really go the wrong way. So as an agent, make sure that you're able to effectively diffuse situations like that and ultimately have the best interest for both sides. But it comes down to problem solving and then effectively finding the best solution for both sides, and hopefully it's for the better. So hopefully you enjoyed today's installment. Again, I hope you find value in the content that I bring. Really excited about this one. I think it's a very important thing that gets missed oftentimes in real estate. So as always, if you have questions, you want to chat more, I'd be happy to sit down with you, go through a game plan, have a cup of coffee, or even stop by and visit our team. Our door's always open. So until next time, Sam Witherby with Lincoln Select Real Estate Group signing off.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out our video and watching till the end. If you're looking for more content about real estate, just simply subscribe over here to the right. And if you want more information on what your home is worth, check out sellyourhomelincoln.com to get an evaluation done, and one of our listing specialists will reach out to you to help you determine that final price. Thanks again.